Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Manshed. Right, today's review is on this. It's a little portable bug zapper, insect killer, whatever you want to call it. Ultraviolet. The sort you used to get in they used to have them in chippies here in the UK, chip shops and things. Various food establishments hung on the wall. The insect flies, is attracted by the ultraviolet light, flies towards it, lands on one of these electric wires and gets instantly fried and stuck to it. So I've been not plagued with little tiny flies. I don't know what they were, fruit flies or whatever. They weren't mosquitoes, they were just like a tiny miniature house fly. And I read up about it and it said, oh, they're attracted by rotting vegetation, but there's none in this shed. But I was getting quite a few around and I thought I'd try one of these. I've never had one at home, so I thought, let's give it a whirl. So, first of all, I'll show you the one I got on Amazon. Okay, I thought I'd just squeeze this bit in before I show you on Amazon. I usually put this at the end, but if this video is of any use to you, it'd be great if you could give me a thumbs up. Don't seem to get many thumbs up for my videos. Thumbs down if you don't like it. At the end, I will be asking the same thing again. And also, I'll mention at the end, I'll mention now, I will be putting links, Amazon affiliate links, which means that if you click on that link, if you're going to buy one or you buy anything from that browsing session, I do get a small commission, just pennies if you do buy something, but it helps keep this channel going, and that'd be very much appreciated if you're going to buy one. So, as you'll see in a minute, I did notice another one on Amazon this time when I looked, not the first time when I bought this, that looks absolutely identical, which is even cheaper, at £5 cheaper. So my advice would be to try that one. As I mentioned in the Amazon thing, it looks exactly the same. Whether it is or not, whether it's a fake or a copy or whatever, I don't know. But it looks the same. But if it was me, I'd chance on buying that one first. You can always send it back if it doesn't work. So we'll get into the Amazon bit any minute. But also, if you want to skip any of this video and skip to the bit you want, like the demo at the end or the demo in the dark or whatever, please use the itemized timeline below. So, right, let's get straight into having a look at it on Amazon now. Okay, so if you just type bug zapper or insect killer or whatever into Amazon, as you'll see, loads and loads and loads come up. Square sort of ones, presume that plugs straight into the mains, I don't know. But I didn't want like a wall mounted or quite a big one. I wanted one of these small round ones. So the one I got was this one here. But I didn't notice at the same time, right next to it today, I don't think when I got it a week or two ago, this was there. But that is only $10.99 and it looks exactly the same. This one is $15.95. So yeah, looking at that, I'll let you read the actual reviews yourself. That's 100% 5-star. This is some pretty bad. It's only 41% and it looks exactly the same. So whether it is the same, and I don't know. I mean, if we click on the 1-star one there, it's just, didn't work, disappointed, just a light. Whereas you'll see this one is quite effective. So anyway, that's the one I got. If you look at it, and there, it's 365 nanometers ultraviolet. That's the dimensions of it. As you see, it'll run for 8 to 12 hours as a mosquito killer and 30 hours on the white light. This claims to have a 2-amp battery. The other one, which was getting the bad reviews, says it's got a 4-amp battery. And yet it'll work indoors for less. So who knows? But there, just for reference, there's the spectrometers. See the price of them. Look at that, 500, 600, 1900. There's one down here. Where was it? This one, 4,400. So if any of you manufacturers watching this want to donate one of these to the channel, I will gladly review it. So as you saw there, it looks like there's one exactly the same for a £5 or less. So I suggest you try that. Like I said, that as you saw, that was getting some bad reviews. This one got, even though there's only 5, they were all 5-star reviews. So whether that's a cheap copy of this, I don't know. But we'll carry on with the review of this. So let's see what it comes in. It comes in that box there. And it comes with, all it comes with is a brush to clean it and a USB lead, again probably just under a meter long, to charge it. Standard USB that side, and unfortunately USB micro USB. You don't need to see it, but it's not USB-C, it's micro USB, and that just plugs in there at the front. You've got a two-way switch, off in the middle. Up is the LED, sorry, on the one bit up, and down is a white light. Now, it's not a very bright light on the white light or the UV light. The UV light doesn't have to be dead bright. I'll show you the difference. It claims to have a 365 nanometer, as I showed in the Amazon thing, UV LED in it. There's various different frequencies of UV lamp. Again, as I showed you in the Amazon bit, I would love a spectrometer to measure it, to see what frequency it actually is. But I did a review not long ago on these 2 UV torches. So check out the link up here for that. That goes into full detail. It shows you them in the kitchen, one working better than the other. But I can quickly show you the difference now that the frequency of the UV makes. So I'm just going to turn this light off. Turn the room lights off. I can't get the room totally dark because it's still, I'm doing this in daylight. But you'll get the idea. There's still a bit of light coming in from me outside through the blind, but that's as dark as I can get it. But this one here is a 395 nanometer UV lamp. This one is a 365 nanometer. The difference being, on this one you get a lot of visible light as well. So I'll show you what I mean. So if we turn this on, it's on steady. If I shine it behind me now at the door, you'll see, and the white drawers there, you'll see it's lighting them. You'd think that's fluorescing with UV light. It's not. All that is just visible purplish light. You're getting a bit of fluorescence. If you look in the top of the printer there, them little boxes, they probably are fluorescing a bit, and the printing on the alien poster. But most of that is just purple visible light. If I now use this, just turn that off, the 365 nanometer one, look at the difference there. It's not lighting up the door itself, the white of the door or the drawers, which aren't sort of like, which don't fluoresce. It's a shade of white that doesn't. But look at the difference on that picture under the door, how that is fluorescing, and how the picture frame of that alien poster there is, and them two there. Can't see it too much in daylight, but that just shows you the difference between the different frequencies. So during editing, I thought I'll add this picture from that other video I just mentioned. If you go back a bit, I put a card above linking to a full review I did on those 2 different torches that goes into much more depth and showing you things that one of them isn't even picking up in the kitchen. But this picture, this screen grab from that review, demonstrates the brilliance of the 365 to 395. That's the frequency forensics use when they're spraying luminol on to detect blood and things like that, and various bodily fluid stains. That is what they use, a forensic type UV, and that's what 365 is. So this shows it shining on a pair of trainers, Lidl's trainers, and if you look on the left, the 395, it's fluorescing the stripes around the front a bit and the inside of the lace holes, but it's also putting loads and loads and loads of just purple light over the trainer. So all the white sort of plastic bit between the red and yellow stripes is just being illuminated by, it's just like shining a purple torch at it. But on the right, the 365, you can see that white plastic is not fluorescing at all. In fact, it's just absorbing all the light, and it looks black. That's exactly the same trainer, and it's just absorbing all the UV light, making it look black. And you can see, if you look right at the very, very front, I'll just zoom in on this bit, the stitching on it in front of the stripe. You can see all the individual little tiny white stitches which you can't on the other. So that shows it to better effect. Like I say, refer to that video. I'll also put a link in the description, and it goes into it in more detail there. But you can see the vast difference. And this lamp claims to be, like I say, I don't know, I can't try it. It's not powerful enough for me to sort of hold it next to anything to get that effect, really. But they claim it is 365 nanometers frequency, which is the mosquito's favourite, evidently. So the LED lamp in here, the LED bulbs, it claims are in here, are the 365 one, the one that does fluoresce. Like I said, I've no means of measuring that, but we'll just have to take their word for it. So, yeah, so it'll run, I'll put up on screen, it'll run something like, it said it in the instructions earlier on, so I think it's 16 hours, is it, on UV, 30 hours on the main bulb. It runs longer on the main bulb because it's not activating the electric zapping coil around it. So this is the only book you get with it. That is it. That's the entirety of the instructions. I'll just quickly go through this. Quite funny. Phantom portable mosquito killer using pure physical mosquito control method. 5-volt safe voltage design, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this is a good bit. Please open it in advance at least 3 hours. Do not open it until sleeping. Well, you've got to open it in your sleep, have you? For the first time, please use it continuously for 3 to 5 days. During the day, please close all the doors and windows and keep it dark in the bedroom. To eliminate mosquitoes when sleeping, move to the living room, bathroom, kitchen to eliminate mosquitoes, because there are more mosquitoes in these areas. To prevent flying into the bedroom, try to be placed in the ground 1 meters or so. Do not open the lights, doors and windows. And so it goes on. So crazy instructions, but basically tells you nothing in there. And when it says, here where we are, clean the internal electric shock net through the black net cover of the mosquito killer using the product-equipped brush. Now that implies that I'd have to poke it through here. I thought it's a bit awkward, but it doesn't tell you how to get the lid off. But what you do is you just twist it the opposite of a light bulb. With a light bulb, you turn it clockwise to lock it and anti-clockwise to undo it. With this, it's the opposite way. So clockwise to unlock. Take that off. And you can see the construction there. You've got your electric wire wrapped around it. And if I turn it on now, whoops, you'll see the light. I'll turn the lights out again in a minute just to show you how bright that is, but it's not very bright at all. And the LEDs, there seem to be, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them around there in the bottom. And like I said, when I first saw it, I thought, it's not going to be that good, this. It's not very bright. But then I remembered, it doesn't have to be physically bright to the eye, the UV bit. It's just the frequency it's putting out. You don't want a lot of visible light. That's no point. We're attracted to the pure ultraviolet. So I'll just show you what it is. So I thought I'll see what it's like on these. Surely it can't do a crack. Like if you've ever seen the ones that you put on the wall and that, you can physically hear like a loud electrical spark when one flies into it. I thought, it's not going to do that. So I've got a cotton bud and I put it in front of the camera, and sure enough I thought, no, it's not doing it. But if I wet this now on the spit, if I just wet that bit of moisture, if I do it now, hopefully the mic will pick it up and you might see the spark. I'll turn the lights out. Okay, so it's going to be a bit hard to see because you're seeing this much brighter than I am. The camera's picking it up. I'm only seeing like a very dull ultraviolet glow where you're seeing it really white hot right up to there. I'll take some pictures with my other camera and try and simulate what you're actually seeing soon. But just to show you the zapping of it, like I've wet this thing. And I've also got it plugged in now, so it's getting its full power, so it's not just running on the battery. That's how I tend to use it, just leave it plugged in permanently. But you can see, there's quite a... Hold it close to the camera, go manual focus. Should be able to see at the top there. It's giving quite a zap with the lead out. Yeah, still doing it even with the lead out. So it's obviously all clean now because I've cleaned it up to do this bit of the review. And like I say, I've had it about a week. So did it actually kill any insects? So the answer is yes, it has. It has caught quite a few. So here it is. I'll take this top off. Like I say, it twists, looking from the top, it twists clockwise to undo it. And then you can just take it off. So let's have a look what it's got. So I'll just put it on manual focus. Right, let's count how many. So we've got 1 there and 1 below it, 2, 3, 4, got a tiny one there, 5, that's 6 at the bottom, 7, well, there's the biggish blue bottle it got, 8, 9, let's have a proper count, starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I think it's about 14, 15 or so. So yeah, quite impressed with the way it got that blue bottle after just half an hour. As you can see, the rest are like moths, but there is a tiny mosquito-y type thing there and there, so that's not too bad at all. And then obviously you just sweep them off outside with this brush with it turned off, obviously. What's it? No, that's the white light. It's the UV lights. No. I'll go outside now and clean it all off. So yeah, that I forgot to mention that blue bottle, that pretty big fly. A couple of days ago, I had this here in the shed, and I walked into the kitchen, and this big sort of fly passed by. So I thought, right, we'll see how it goes at getting that. So I just disconnected it, put it in the kitchen. It was there just half an hour. I went back in half an hour to go to the loo or get a drink or something, and it had caught that blue bottle within that half an hour. So fairly big sort of like insect, and it did it. Also, it caught quite a big moth. It must have been a whopper to me, and I'm not a fan of moths. I'm not petrified of them, but I don't like them. It was about that big, and it had its like feeler stuck to the wires. I felt sorry for it in a way, and it was just there. And then I looked a few hours later, and it was just lying on the base bit. And I thought, well, it's died. It seemed to be there. And then hours after that, I noticed some movement. I thought, oh, poor thing's still alive. So I just went outside and I tipped it outside, and it just stayed on the floor again for a few hours. And then after that, when I checked, it had gone. So it. I know you shouldn't really feel sorry for moths, but it's quite a big one, and I didn't want it to just be in agony there. So there's obviously a limit in size to what it'll get. I suppose if it flew against all the coils of wire and it got a massive sort of shock. But anyway, but yeah, it can get a pretty big blue bottle. It's got a handle underneath, I didn't show you, so you can hang it up in your tent or whatever at night if you're camping, and turn the white light on. It's not bright. That's it. I'm going to film this, like I say, it's still daylight now, it's only 2 in the afternoon. So I'm going to wait till it's pretty dark in here and then do some more night filming and try and get that UV just how it looks to the naked eye and show you how bright that is. But again, very, very, very dim. But it'll run 30 hours on that. So at least it'll show you where you are in your tent, and hang that near the door and you can head towards it. But it's not going to light the tent up. But so yeah, so far so good. So next bit you'll see, he'll give it a few hours and then I'll film some nighttime shots and then I'll do the summing up. Okay, so it's gone dark now. I'm going to turn the lights out shortly, and I've been experimenting with the on this Insta360 link. You can set the ISO and the shutter speed. I've been experimenting to show which shows up the sparks best. So bear with me while I do these adjustments. So turn this light out first. And the room lights. Alexa, turn off dimmer.
Okay.
Right, so I'm going to go on to manual exposure now. Just bear with me. So I've got the shutter speed down at 1/30th and ISO 100. That is about what it looks like to the human eye. Not that purple glow at the bottom. You can't see that, so I'll hold it like that. And it's more of a purple glow than that blue. I'm not going to bother adjusting the white balance and that, but you can probably just see me waving there behind. But I'm going to touch it now, and you should see the sparks quite easily in the dark. So as you can see, it's quite a loud crack. Definitely enough to kill a little moth or a bug or whatever. And while we've got the lights off, so that's the UV, I'll show you the white light. That is it. It's absolutely of no use whatsoever. Yeah, that even looks brighter than it actually is. But the only need for it, the only use for it would be, like I say, hanging it in the doorway of your tent. So if you woke up and you're in pitch black and you didn't know which way was out, you could follow that. But as a means of lighting up or whatever, that is it. You can see right next to my skin, it's absolutely of no use. So Alexa, set dimmer on 100%.
Okay.
Let's turn this one up. So yeah, that's about it. I think I've shown you everything now. As I mentioned at the beginning, I will leave affiliate links to this actual one I bought and the one I spotted on Amazon earlier on, which looks exactly the same for £5. So hopefully it has been of some use. If it has, please give it a thumbs up. If it hasn't, give it a thumbs down. If you have enjoyed watching it and you'd like to see more like this, please click the little picture here of the shed to subscribe. Once you've subscribed, click the bell icon below and you'll be informed of any new uploads as soon as I do them. So once again, thanks for reaching the end of this one. Slightly shorter than usual for mine. And I hope to catch you for the next one very, very soon. Bye for now.